in South Dakota on February 7th, 2022. Would you join me in a pledge of allegiance? Oh, roll call, I'm sorry.
Here.
Weinreich?
Here.
Bragg?
Here.
Robish?
Present.
Mayor Harrington?
Here. Now we can do a pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda. I know we have to add something to our agenda. Pauline, would you like to state what that is?
Yep, we're going to add a work session to talk about major fund balances.
Major fund balances. Okay. Okay, I'll need a motion on that.
Move to approve the agenda with the addition.
Commissioner Smith moved to approve. Commissioner Robish, add a second on that. Do we have any other agenda amendments? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith?
Aye.
Weinreich?
Aye.
Bragg?
Aye.
Robish?
Aye.
Mayor Harrington?
Aye. Okay. Public forum. Public comments may be sent to us during live meeting broadcasts on city's YouTube channel. The link is listed on the city's website at www.huronsd.com/citygovernment. In order to use the YouTube chat feature, please create an account with your YouTube and Gmail or using your existing accounts. Please state your name and address for the record. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. And I know we have a person here tonight for public forum. Stan Philippi, would you like to come up for public forum?
Stan Philippi, 485 Wisconsin Avenue Northwest, Huron. I'd like to start out just having I want to give everybody that's been helping me with all my Huron history photography projects in the last few years that I don't think I've ever publicly thanked some of them. I could start out with the two mayors. The past mayor, Paul, did a lot of work for me, and now Gary's been pretty good. Have no complaints with any of them. Dennis Bennett's been more than successful. And then the Huron Police Department that's sitting back there in the dark. But I'd like to thank all of them and the Huron Library, people at the Huron Public Library, and a big thank you to the Street Department. They've been over backwards a lot of times before me. I did, several years ago, I documented the destruction of the swimming pool that was down in the lake bottom there, river bottom. From start to finish, I sat out there on the dike in the cold. And anyway, all the way to the grass planting. Then I did the last 3 years, I believe now it probably is, the Huron dam rebuilding project. And then I also I got a call from one of the street department people, and I was able to get quite a bit of the Westview Motel destruction, got a lot of pictures of that down. My goal is to someday put them on some hard drives or flash drives and give them to the city and library. And the museum furnished me with 2 external hard drives to put some of that stuff on there for the museum. So I'd like to have a good shout out to all the people that really helped me out on that. I know they didn't break any rules, but they sure bent a lot of them times. The reason I really came here tonight is I live on the corner of 5th Street and Wisconsin Northwest. Now I know probably about 3 years ago the city redid the whole northwest corner for handicap ramps. Beautiful job, beautiful job. Got along well with the workers on my corner because I had a lot of river rock and stuff out there that they helped me get out of there. Now, last 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, they redid the water main on Wisconsin. Well, I think they did the whole northwest corner there, whole northwest side. And this last summer, they redid the street, or the avenues. They didn't do the streets, but they did the avenues. They put the asphalt down. Now, when they were doing that, I don't know if any of you people are familiar with that corner, but there used to be a dip in there, so the water from the north had drained across from the north side of the road to the south side, and it went all the way, it goes all the way over to 4-lane. Yeah, it comes from 1 block west by my house and across the street north, and it comes from a block north, I know too. But when they took that out, or when they redid that street, they didn't put the dip back in there. And I've talked to several people about it before they even did that. Now you have a lake, every time it thaws, there's a lake on the north side of the street. And it's backed up backed up a block north on the west side of the street. The water is in the gutter, depends on how much water we have, and a block to the west on the north side of the street. Now, on these freeze-thaw days, that's all, that water, you can see all that water. Now, then at night it freezes, where's that water go? It's going down in underneath there, and it's gonna undo everything the city has done. It'll probably take time, but now that north side there on the handicap ramp, that's, the bottom part is covered in water, it's up farther. I take mine, I've been, at 79, I'll be 80, and I get out there and chop my gutter out by hand. If it snows, I try to run my snow blower down the street there so they can see where the curb is, because that don't drain very good. But I just want to let them know that, I don't know if they, I know I talked to Dennis about it, and I think I met Brett Runge too one day there. They should, I don't know if they've taken a look at it, they might have. They might have taken a look at it. Nobody ever said nothing back to me, which it would be nice if they would, so I didn't have to worry about it every time I look out my window. But I think they should take a serious look at that, because that's gonna ruin that whole corner where I put all that handicap in, and then going north and west. West hasn't been resurfaced yet, the north one has, and that water sits in the gutter up against the asphalt, so it's gotta seep in there. And at night when it freezes like now, it's gonna cost city 10 times what it would have cost if they just, wouldn't cost them nothing if they put the dip back in, so. That's all I have, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Stan. We have Commissioner Smith, like the public forum.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to let the public know that I plan to, I've submitted a petition to run for my third term for commission, and that election is coming up April 12th, so just putting it out to the public.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Good luck. So any other public forum tonight? Okay, seeing none, we'll head on to the consent agenda, please. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. 4.1, minutes of January 31st, 2022. City Commission. 4.2, fuel quotes for city departments. 4.3, raffle. Huron Area Senior Center on March 13th at the center, 297th Street Southwest. 4.4, personnel items. Recommend promotion of Judy Porgalski to the Children's and Teen Library Assistant position. And number two, recommend Danielle Brotherton to a Circulation Desk Manager position. 4.5, payment of the bills. Entertain a roll call vote on the consent agenda.
Move to approve
Okay.
the consent agenda.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Bragg and second by Commissioner Weinrich. Now a roll call vote.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Gregg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. We go to bid quote items. 5.1, Rob, would you like to come up and explain to us what that bid quote is?
I can certainly try.
Okay.
We're requesting $90,000 for a new sewer camera. It's to replace the sewer camera that we bought in 2000. It has been updated and kind of piecemealed together a couple times, and it's not working very good. It's old and it's big, and we can't get it in places that we want it to go. So it's a budgeted item. We budgeted for it for this year, and they're giving us an $8,000 trade-in, which is more than I thought they were gonna. So there's a little cushion there if we need some extra training or something like that. But this camera will be able to go from 6-inch sewer pipes to the biggest galvanized storm pipe we have. It comes with some big you change the wheels out, so we can do 6-inch wheels, like our camera now can't go through the storm drains because they get caught in the grooves of the galvanized pipe. And with all the relining and stuff we've been doing, and trying to do more stuff in-house, it really would be beneficial to have a camera that can go just about every place we want it to.
So it's more than just the lens being fogged over.
It's a lot more. Right now, the lens has a leak, so, yeah. So, if anybody's got any questions, I sure try
Motion,
to answer.
we need a motion to approve first, and just wait, Rob.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Myers moves to approve, need a second on that.
Second.
Commissioner Bragg, now, if anybody any questions for Rob on this item?
I would just
Yes,
have
Commissioner
a
Smith.
question or two, thank you, Mayor. This gets used quite a bit. I mean, this isn't something that just sits on,
Right, with a better camera, it's gonna get used a lot more.
yeah, not only for leakage, but cracks in the lines. And
Yep. Problem areas and things like that.
Dirty water and stuff,
What's that?
dirty water pipes.
Well, we could try it in there too, as long as we're not drinking the water.
That's right. Any other questions for Rob? Seeing none, thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Roll call vote.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Thanks, Rob. 5.2, Dennis.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. This is just progress payment for the SPRs we're building out east of town. This progress payment for $199,846. $199,846, and we recommend approval.
Okay. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Commissioner Bragg, motion to approve, second.
Second.
Commissioner Robles, second. Thank you. Any questions on this from Rob? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, passed. Petitions and communications, 6.1. And I see we have Foster with us tonight. Foster, you want to come up and explain what this is about?
So the tank farm behind the North Fire Station, the ambulance is gonna build just a storage garage on that needs to be heated. Because our ambulances are getting longer, when we buy a new ambulance, we won't be able to put it in the south station back to back, because you just won't be able to walk by. So Ron made a deal with Cooper that we could build a building on that old tank farm, the walls, the retaining walls. And then we're gonna park our transfer rig in there. Also, we're gonna put the hazmat trailer in there also. So the ambulance will pay for all the construction. And then I think the agreement said that we were just gonna give it back to the city. And then as long as we can be in there, as long as we're operating. That's the nuts and bolts of it.
Just a minute. Need a motion to approve?
I would move to approve that lease agreement.
Okay, Commissioner Robles, motion approved. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Now, any questions for Foster on this one? Everybody understand what it is, and they're gonna, ambulance services paying for it and building it, and so.
I have one comment.
Sure.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mayor.
Weinrich.
And a lot of times, the public gets misunderstood about the ambulance service is not a city, it's not a city function. They rent a spot at the fire stations from the city, and it's their own entity. They are a separate entity from the city. And it's not a big deal, it's just that people do forget that.
Mhm.
And that's why they're coming to us, because it's on city property and all that good stuff, so. Anyway, thank you.
So, any more? Thanks, Foster, appreciate it. Okay, we got a motion and a second, now we need a roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Departmental items, 8.1. I see we have the fire chief here tonight. He's going to come speak upon the 8.1.
This is our annual Homeline Security Grant request. This year, as in last year, we're gonna put in for a new SCBA breathing compressor for our air bottles. Just asking for approval to submit the grant and apply for the paperwork and sign it if awarded.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Bragg moves to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Robish. Any questions for Ron on this item?
Mayor,
Oh, yes,
I think
Mr.
I
Bragg.
think we know, but I was just asking it, so this is 100% grant then?
100% grant, yep.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Is there any other rules? Seeing no more questions for Ron, thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Sorry.
Mayor Narrington.
Aye. Okay. Next up, we have a work session.